This is The Great Expanse by JohnBab426 here on YouTube. It's always a pleasure to record these videos, to edit them, put my unique spin on them for your pleasure. Your viewing pleasure, your listening pleasure, I hope. And we've got some MCU news that I want to bring you guys. And it's news to me too, because I have not read the article. In fact, usually when I look for things to make videos about, I usually just type in general stuff. MCU news, DCU news, James Gunn news, or specific MCU actors. And a lot of times the stuff that comes up, I'm like, eh. But usually if it's about a specific project that's coming up, or a specific concrete casting, that's what I will focus on or do a video about. As I get rid of pop-ups. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, this video is hopefully something that you guys are interested in. It's something that I'm indifferent about, so I'm not like overly hype about it. I'm not underwhelmed about it or not checking for it at all. But I'm kind of about it. You know what I mean? No one breath challenge today. But the website is Screen Rant, and the article headline is, didn't really jump off the page, but whatever. Marvel's Thunderbolts movie loses another actor. Okay. Now, the Thunderbolts sounds like it's trying to be the DCU equivalent of Suicide Squad, because the Thunderbolts was a group of villains or sort of fringe characters, like anti-heroes that were put together. The most recent incarnation that I actually cared about was when Norman Osborn was in charge of Hammer. He changed S.H.I.E.L.D. to Hammer because obviously he's a psychopath. He's the Green Goblin. So he assembled villains that were playing the roles of heroes. Daken, or Daken, I'm not sure. Wolverine's son was dressed like Wolverine. I think it was Matt Gargan's Venom was called Spider-Man. Bullseye was Clint Barton. And they had Ares, who's kind of a anti-hero. You know, he's the god of war. And I believe there was a Kree character. I don't remember his name. Norvell? I'm not sure. And that's where Norman Osborn debuted the Iron Patriot outfit. Now, we saw that in Iron Man 3. It shouldn't have been in Iron Man 3 because it's not a creation of Tony Stark, it's a creation of Norman Osborn. But let's get off of that. But that's the most recent incarnation of the Thunderbolts that I actually cared about during the Dark Reign storyline. So I'm pretty sure that the Thunderbolts have been in existence before Dark Reign. I'm just not as intrigued, just to be honest. All right. Like I said, I was intrigued by the Dark Reign. All right. So let's get to it. Following Steven Yeun's exit, we know Steven Yeun as Mark Grayson from Invincible. All right. Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts loses another major cast member with a new actor replacing a star from The Bear. I don't know what The Bear is, so let's get into it. The article is by Philippe Rangel, or Rangel. Angel with the R. We've done articles by him before. Okay, so let's get into it. Thunderbolts has lost another major name, with the Marvel Cinematic Universe movie having to replace its The Bear star. Marvel's Thunderbolts cast has suffered another great blow, with the film having previously lost Oscar-nominated actor Steven Yeun. Despite filming on Thunderbolts getting closer, it seems like things continue to shift for the MCU movie. According to Deadline, Ayo Edebiri has exited from Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts due to scheduling issues. Geraldine Viswanathan, Miracle Workers, is set to replace Edebiri in a mystery role. Edebiri's departure came as a result of 2023's WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes, which caused Thunderbolts filming to be delayed from last year to March or April. That has affected the upcoming MCU movie in a huge way. I mean, clearly, since the actors had to bow out. Thunderbolts' first major loss was that of The Walking Dead's Yeun. The actor was rumored to play Sentry in the film. Okay, there's another member of the Norman Osborn-led Hammer Thunderbolts, who were called the Dark Avengers, okay? Well, that was the... No, it's called the Dark Reign, but they were just called, like, the Avengers, okay? With The Walking Dead and Invincible creator Robert Kirkman confirming that Yeun was indeed playing Marvel's Superman-like character and had even tried out the hero's costume. Now, I don't know why they would ethnicity swap Sentry. His name was like Bob Reynolds. Like, he's like a plain old American dude. But anyway, Yeun later commented on his departure from the movie, revealing that it was due to scheduling conflicts and that he still wanted to be part of an MCU movie in the future. That's what the politicians say. I still want to be a part of it, even though you left. so the public won't think you're being a jerk. I'm not saying Steven Yeun is a jerk, okay, but following Yeun's exit from Marvel's Thunderbolts, multiple names were rumored to have received offers to star as Bob Reynolds, aka Sentry, in the film. Among the names are Ryan Gosling. I think he's probably too big of a star, okay? Dev Patel, and Euphoria's Austin Abrams. I said it like I knew who it was, right? However, Top Gun Maverick's Lewis Pullman was reported to be in consideration to play Sentry. Now, Deadline's report of Edebiri's exit addressed Pullman's Thunderbolts casting, saying, Viswanathan is the second recent addition after the film added Lewis Pullman to step in for Steven Yeun. While Kirkman helped confirm that Yeun was initially set to play Sentry in Marvel's Thunderbolts, Edebiri's role in the film, which will now be played by Viswanathan, remains a secret. The actress was rumored to play Songbird in Thunderbolts. Songbird was also a member of Norman Osborn's Thunderbolts. In the comics, the character was one of the founding members of the team, so her presence in the MCU movie would make sense. It really would. With production on Thunderbolts starting in the next couple of months, the mystery role could be revealed soon. And that is the end of the article. Initially, I was thinking maybe people just aren't feeling the MCU right now, and they're kind of just going, like, weighing their options. Like, well, I could do an independent film with this major star with a smaller budget for production, so maybe I can get a bigger payday. Or maybe there's something else coming down the pike that will intrigue me more, that the public will love more. But I was wrong. Okay, I was thinking that, but clearly I was wrong. Scheduling conflicts with the two major strikes last year have pushed back productions on major movies. Okay? So the question is, who is Ayo Edebiri? And she sounds like she's African from her name. And were they going to racial ethnicity swap Songbird? Because Songbird is a Caucasian character. Steven Yeun, it seems like they already did the switch because Steven Yeun is of Asian descent. And Bob Reynolds, from his name, the Sentry, Bob Reynolds is a straight up white guy. Okay? So, again, I really don't like to cry over spilled milk, okay? Or say, oh, this casting is going to stink. But it sounds like the MCU isn't really sure about things, because I don't really know who these actors are or actresses are. And I think the MCU is kind of trying to gauge what the public's reception is or their expectations of the movie. Now, I do know that David Harbour is in it. I think he's reprising his role from Black Widow. Florence Pugh is in it, reprising her role as the assassin, Yelena Belova. Sebastian Stan was supposed to be in it. Of course, one of my favorite MCU characters, the Winter Soldier. Taskmaster is in it. And again, I did not like what I saw, the Black Widow movie. I did not see the whole movie. But it seems like a lot of characters from Black Widow are going to be in this film. As well as the Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp, which was one of the least favorite MCU movies that the public has ever consumed. So this does not look good for Thunderbolts. It doesn't, because it looks like a bunch of throwaway characters from projects that the audience did not embrace, with the exception of Sebastian Stan. Because, again, he was in major movies. He was in Captain America, the First Avenger. He was in all the Captain America movies. The Winter Soldier, which is one of my favorite MCU films. Civil War. He was also, obviously, in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which was one of my favorite Marvel MCU Disney Plus series. It might be the best, even though Loki's probably vying for that title. But again, I'm still indifferent towards Thunderbolts. Like, unless you're gonna get some major characters in it, or a super major villain with like a good casting, Thunderbolts could come and go, just like several, MCU movies did last year. All right. So again, I don't want to make this seem like I'm hating on it, but I'm just indifferent towards it. All right. So if you've liked this video, if you like the information about the Thunderbolts, please leave a comment or a dissertation if necessary. David Brent, please let them know where those comments or dissertations go, sir. Thank you, Mr. Brent. Do your part, and I'll do my part, so the Great Expanse by John Bat 426 can and will expand. It's in the name.